Hello, baby. Hello, Nancy. Hello there. Hello. I say hello. Hello, friend. Well, hello, little girl. Hello, my treacherous friends. Hello, operator. The beginning of everything. Welcome back, my friends. It's showtime.
That's right, episode 82 of the Brink, Sanity. Got Mark here today.
Hey, everyone.
How you doing, Mark?
I kind of think that that whole opening thing you have, the hello,
Yeah.
that could be like a greatest hit. Not like your show or anything, but I could see like it being on D100 and all the shows. Like that should be its own song.
Well, thank you. I'm actually working on volume 2 of the song right now.
What, is the volume 2 like hey instead of hello? Like you work on the different words?
I'm incorporating hey and good morning and, a few other things. I got a whole list of songs here that I'm adding to it. And
It's pretty good.
there's also going to be a goodbye song coming up soon. So I know I said that for last show, but life gets in the way. Too busy.
Life does get in the way.
I don't like being this busy, but it's happening.
Sometimes you're busy. That's life.
I got a rough life. What can I say?
Yeah. So recently, my wife and I, my dad came over, and he was a nice little gift for us. You guys like plants,
Okay.
and we had the plants for a week.
Jumping right into the A material,
huh? Jay believes I'm going somewhere with this, but my wife and I were a little saddened that we weren't able to keep plants alive for over a week. I mean, like goldfish just die like the next day.
Right.
Plant, you should keep a plant alive. And we eventually we're going to have babies, and hopefully we don't screw up with the babies. I mean, I don't know if Jay, have you had anything that died really fast? I'm a horrible person.
Oh, God. Yeah, actually. It's funny you brought that up. That's
Funny in an actual funny way?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's just such a coincidence that you would bring something up like that.
Oh, did you have a geranium that died?
No. It was a cat.
A cat plant? I don't know. What kind of plant is a cat? Is it like is it flowery?
No, it's pushing up the daisies now, though.
Wait, did you mean an actual cat?
Yeah, it was a little kitten.
You had a little kitten die?
Yeah, about 3 weeks ago.
That is so sad.
Hey guys, we're kicking off the show with dead cat talk. Yeah.
Is that your first dead cat, or have you had multiple dead cats in your life?
No, this is my first dead cat. Yeah. I had my parents have had dead cats. This is my first official dead cat.
So your parents were good at killing dead cats, also?
Cats die a lot. It's not that you have to have skill at it. They just they don't live a lot when they're born.
It's kind of weird when you give a kid a cat or an animal in general. You're like, here's your fun lesson in death.
Yeah, exactly. Here is something that could be really fun or maybe really traumatic and sad.
Here's something that you're going to cry about in a couple of years. I'm going to have an annoying conversation and try to plug down the sink.
Or a couple days. Who knows?
Who knows? Well, how old was your cat? Like 10 or 11 years old? I mean, because like 10 or 11 would be like 70 or 77 years old.
4 weeks.
4 weeks?
4 weeks.
4 weeks.
I had it for a total of 3 days.
3 days. Mm-hmm. So in cat years, you had it for 21 days. That's
true.
A pretty long time.
Well, no. Cats are only 6 to 1.
Oh.
Yeah.
There's 6 to 1 and 7 to 1?
7 to 1 is dogs. Yeah.
Do they have that for all species? Like an elephant's like 5 to 1?
I think they do, yeah. I want to know what an aardvark is.
I wish they kind of based everything on like on dog years to begin with. Like maybe like people were like, instead of saying I'm 5 years old, they'd be like, I'm 35 compared to a dog. All my whole life compare everything to dogs instead of like like the dollar's the base currency for like everywhere else you go.
I'd be over 200 years old.
Maybe the dog should be the base currency. Everything.
You know what? The whole world would do it, and then we'd still hold out and do real human years.
In the Bible, yeah, that's probably true. In the Bible, like they always have all the people in the Bible end up living to like 200 years old. Like Abraham was like 200 years old when he died, or 300 years old, something like that.
Right, because it's stories.
Well, no, I was going to say maybe the Bible was based on dog years.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe it was the dog
true.
currency.
They had it right, and then we reversed it. For who knows why, but yeah, they had it right to begin with.
God was like, my name backwards is that. That's why I did it.
Right, when he created Earth in 7 days, that was real time. but it actually took 49 days. He forgot to translate it.
Which, I mean, like, 49 days. Like, I can get so much done in 49 days.
Right. What he did is he divided instead of multiplied.
Yeah.
So it sounds a lot more impressive. But in reality, it was a month and a half, which is still pretty impressive for a planet, but, not nearly as impressive as a week.
How do you think they figure out, like, do you think, like, the first guy to figure that out was like, boss, I've got a huge breakthrough. You know how we were saying that, like, dogs are 7 years to humans 1?
Mm-hmm.
Cats are actually 6. I'm fired? Okay. I mean, what kind of fucking waste of a time is that to actually figure that out?
And it probably took him about 60 years to figure out, because he probably bought a dog and a cat the second they were born, and then just stared at them until they both died.
Why do you even need to figure out, like, dog years? Can't you just say dogs die at 14 and just call it that's it?
Yeah, I'm comfortable with that.
We have to compare everything to humans?
Right.
Who are we that we have to compare everything to humans?
That's pretty egocentric, I think.
Yeah, I mean, like the world revolves around humans?
Yeah. Apparently. I mean, I think that's a little self-centered.
I think so too. So would you just drop the cat in the blender, or what happened?
No, did not make a frappe out of him. I can't do anything normal. We actually had the cat buried in the backyard of a Buddhist temple while being blessed by a Buddhist monk.
What?
And that's not even a joke.
By the way, last time, so we obviously talked about the cat a little bit ahead of time, and the last time I was here a month ago, he had just purchased the cat. And so I got here today, and he says, we got a new cat. I'm like, no, don't you remember I was here last time we got a new cat?
And it's from the same mother, so it looks exactly the same.
And he's like, no. We got a new cat. Mm-hmm. I'm like, oh, you have 2 cats? Are you starting a farm here? He's like, no. Other cat dead. This is a new cat.
Yeah. We had the cat for a total of about 3 days, and you happened to run into it one of those 3 days.
If my show was like the second week of the month, I never would have known you had a first cat.
Right.
Yeah.
So the Leon show never made it to Kitten Talk.
So day 1, you get the cat. How's it go?
Well, we think it's adorable. We don't know it's like terminally ill.
It's a pretty cute terminally ill cat,
right? Because we don't have any frame of reference from pre-sick into sick. So this cat is just like, it'll crawl up on your lap and go to sleep, and that's it.
So you're kind of like the parents that adopt the terminally ill kid with cancer and go, he's got the cutest bald head.
Exactly. We got leukemia boy, and we thought he just it was a late bloomer with the hair. And, didn't think anything of it. It would literally, wherever you were, it would. Now that I know that it was using the last ounces of its energy to climb into your lap, it's a little sadder. It would apparently struggle to climb in your lap, and then what I thought was going to sleep was probably passing out from physical exertion.
Barely staying.
Exactly.
You're like, he's so good and well trained. He just stays in my lap. It's like he's lifeless.
Yeah, exactly. So, the thing would pass out in my lap, and it was adorable, and she was the cutest cat. And then apparently it was very sick, and
it's also kind of like I feel like when cats die, you don't find out cause of death. There's no autopsy. It's kind of like...
There is if you have hundreds of extra dollars, but if you're struggling to pay rent, there's no cat autopsy.
But even if you have money, how much of a psycho are you to get like an autopsy? What killed the cat? Time. It died. An animal.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not grandma. It's dead.
Yeah.
So, how did the cat die?
Don't know. Turning on the phone lines for anybody who heard that creepy sound.
I was wondering. It was like the sound of a cat.
Yeah, last episode, I'm like, why didn't any of you motherfuckers call? And then it was because I didn't turn on the phone lines.
So if you volunteer with or are a member of PETA, please call.
Mm-hmm. The number is 631-676-1181. We're doing kitten deaths today, apparently.
It's a wonderful theme.
We're going to get through this story really quick and then move on to something a little happier because it's still fresh in my memory. It was traumatic. It was. The cat was so cute. I got attached to it.
How did it die?
I don't know.
Did you roll over on it?
It was we knew the cat was like, we thought it was very attached to us, because I always wanted to sleep on her lap. So we let her sleep in our bed between us. But then halfway through the night, she would climb up on my chest and wanted to sleep on my chest. And I'm afraid she's the size of my palm. I was afraid of rolling over and crushing her. So we're like, we got to put her in the cage. But we left the cage in the room, figuring we'll just keep an eye on her. Yeah. She was cried a little bit, but like, well, she's pissed. She's in the cage. I would be too. I'd be bitching and moaning. Then she shut up, went to sleep. So we're like, fine.
She shut up and died.
No, not yet. 3 a.m, starts screaming like really loud. So I'm like pissed off because I think she's just being a bitch, and I want to go to sleep. So I get up, I go to the bathroom, don't even look in, go back to bed. She's quiet, so I don't even look back in. I just go back to bed. 10 minutes later, started yelling again, yelling her head off. Girlfriend gets up, goes to the bathroom. Same thing I do. Doesn't even look in, goes back to bed. But then...
You guys would make the best parents ever.
Literally about 30 seconds later, she's like, that's really loud. I'm going to go look at her.
Yeah.
Looks in the thing, stone dead.
You ever think when people go the best way to die is dying in your sleep? Because it's the nice, most peaceful way to die. Maybe right before you die, you scream all hell.
Yeah, I mean, are these people alone? Maybe it is a really dramatic, loud thing. I don't know.
That's you think if you, let's say you won over the first time, you keep playing in your head, if I won over the first time, I would be able to, do, cat CPR?
Well, I tried that, actually. It was very sad.
You really tried that?
I really tried. It was the cutest thing. I'm trying to...
So you go over to the cage, it's not moving. How do you figure out it's dead?
It wasn't moving.
Well, I mean, but you see it in the cage.
Yeah.
And obviously you're not, immediately oh, my 3-day-old cat is dead. You're like, oh, it must be asleep or something.
No, the way it looked, I knew something was wrong. The way it just looked. I picked her up immediately. It was limp. Immediately started getting cold, and then there was a couple fleas that started rising to the top, which meant her body temperature was dropping.
Oh my god!
It was the saddest thing. Yeah, it was. Yeah, so that's what happened. And then
how did I guess she had fleas, huh?
Yeah, we didn't know that either. That's probably how she got sick, because I heard if cats eat fleas that are diseased, then they'll get the disease, or some weird shit like that.
You think the fleas are still in the apartment?
No, I don't think fleas can live outside of
a
cat for long.
Oh, okay.
And the way my girlfriend cleans, and fleas die instantly if they touch any sort of disinfectant, they would have been dead within minutes, because she cleans the apartment
Okay, so what
normal human
What time of
beings
night is this when you find the cat's dead?
3:15.
So now you just so what do you do with it between 3:15 in the morning?
Well, we first we didn't know what to do for a long time.
Sorry for being very morbid about this whole. I find it fascinating because how often you find a dead cat?
Not very often, no.
So you look online, you're Google, what do I do with dead cats? How to revive it?
No, because the fleas just started rising to the top. So I'm like, all right, it's dead. I have to get a Ziploc bag.
Did you jab her a bunch of times? Try to see.
I did the little CPR thing.
Okay.
I did the shippy.
You blew in her mouth.
Well, I kind of did the make a cone out of your fist and blow. My girlfriend wanted to do actual CPR, and I'm like, the lungs are the size of a grape. You'll explode them if you blow right into her face.
Could you imagine if you did that and actually it pops?
Yeah, the cat just explodes, and I'm like, well, it's definitely dead now.
Yeah. You're like, I'm never good with balloons either.
No, so I had to put her in a Ziploc bag because the fleas were there, and then I put her in a box, and then I put a ice pack there to keep her cold until that night, because that was... we had to work the next day, and then we had to go to the Buddhist temple to have the...
Where's the Buddhist temple?
It's in Westchester, which is about...
You guys went to Westchester to bury a cat you had for 3 days? Yeah. Holy shit, I would have jumped her down the fucking chute. Why don't you just throw her away?
Well, that was my idea.
Your idea. You're like, I don't think I can get her down the toilet, so...
Guy's idea... throw down the garbage chute. Girl's idea, travel an hour and a half to Westchester to give a Buddhist monk blessing burial in the backyard.
How did you decide the denomination?
Well, I figured I am Pastafarian, and he doesn't really.
Why don't you give a Pastafarian burial down the chute?
The Flying Spaghetti Monster didn't have anything in I have the Flying Spaghetti Monster Bible, and it didn't have anything about pet burials. And
is your girlfriend Buddhist?
Yeah.
Okay. How does she know the cat's Buddhist?
We figured it was either Pastafarian or Buddhist, since she knows something about Buddhism. And, I know stuff about Pastafarianism, but there was nothing about, pet funerals. I figured I'd go with her.
They don't cover
idea.
that one in the Native religion?
They didn't cover that one.
That's surprising.
Yeah, I was a little surprised.
So what's the cost to bury a dead cat?
If you're in with the monks, free.
Oh, it's free.
The monk actually votes for the podcast, so...
You're kidding me.
No, I told her to tell the monk not to listen to the podcast, though, because...
You better not want to listen to this episode.
I don't think he wants to listen to any episode. They're not allowed to curse. They're not allowed to... Well, first of all, the whole Flying Spaghetti Monster thing.
Are those monks allowed to listen to the radio to begin with?
Yeah.
I don't know what monks are allowed to do.
They're allowed to pray.
I understand they're allowed to pray, and they wear like that garment that looks really comfortable.
Yeah, the orange. It's like kind of like almost like a bathrobe and comfortable sandals. Yeah, they.
I mean, I think the guy who invented Buddhism just wanted to be comfortable and like have fun and like be acceptable.
Well, that's the whole religion. It's just about chilling.
I mean, I'm pretty good with that.
Yeah. I'm not opposed to any of that stuff. I'm more opposed to the religion I was brought up as opposed to Buddhism. I think that's a pretty chill religion.
Yeah, I guess like it's hard to be against that. Like it's hard to like round up all the Buddhists and be like, stop hanging out and chilling.
Right. Their motto is like, whatever, man. I'm like, you can't really get mad at that,
Fuck your whatever, man. We need more.
Just make a decision.
Do you ever see like the in Times Square? We see not Times Square, in Columbus Circle area. There's always I see like people like gathering people for they're atheists. Mm-hmm. They get trying to get people to sign up and join their atheism club. I guess for a movement for atheism.
But that's...
Like, isn't the whole point you're against organized religions? You're organized non-religion?
Right, so it's a bunch of idiots because that totally defeats the purpose of atheism.
I took their newsletter. They had a whole, things you do. I'm like, if I want strict things to tell me what to do with my life, I'll just choose a religion.
Yeah, the whole point of being an atheist is that I'm lazy and I don't want to do shit.
Yeah, and now I'm going to choose something that, I'm going to be less acceptable and have to follow the fucking rules?
Yeah.
Go to meetings every month?
Those are called idiots. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you're an atheist because you don't want to go to meetings every month.
Exactly. You can make an online group, a Facebook group, where you just click a button that says I'm an atheist. That's fine. That's about the extent of what an atheist will do. They'll click a button and say I'm an atheist. They're not going to go to a group.
Anything active proclaiming you're an atheist or anything like doing anything, I guess, beyond clicking a little button. I mean, if you're actively trying to do something towards atheism, you really need to figure out what the point of the religion is. Yeah.
There's actual meetings?
Yeah, they have monthly meetings where they talk about atheism, and I guess a lot of it has to do with their movement towards separation of church and state. I think Obama said the word God once, and they were trying.
Oh shit! Oh my goodness! Yeah, we can't be having that.
Yeah, but it's always these. I always have these insane. You always see these insane court cases where someone put a cross in a national cemetery, and then the non-religious people are like, "Oh my god, the cross is making it's going to ruin my life having a cross there," and the religious people are like, "Oh my god, what will the dead people do if the cross is removed?"
First of all, it's worm food, no matter how you look at it. Second of all, the cross is for the religious person. There's no cross in front of the non-religious person, so it shouldn't be a problem for anybody. Mind your own corpse business.
I mean, but I don't understand. I never understand the idea of people there was always the things where they want the Ten Commandments in the courthouse. And separation of church and state, you're not supposed to have the Ten Commandments there because that's religion in a courthouse. At the same time, what kind of psycho needs the thing there in the first place? Yeah. You know what? I was going to go around murdering, but I stopped by the courthouse. It said, "Thou shalt not murder." I understand now it's bad, and I'm not going to...
Now murder's bad.
Yeah. And I'm also going to be good to my mom. I would say I was going to murder her, actually.
Now I'm just going to maim her.
Yeah.
Scalp her.
Yeah.
The religious people are getting more and more aggressive, though.
They are.
If anybody's looking in the live chat room, this is what I got handed today. It says, "Is good enough for God?" All right? Now, you'd think that would be the end of it there. On the back is about 5,000 words about how I'm going to hell. The very first sentence, 10 out of 10 people die.
Are they sure on those statistics? I feel like it might not be that high.
I want to ask if they actually did a study on this. I want to see pie charts. If it's a pie chart, I feel it's a little more official. There's no pie charts on this.
10 out of 10 people that hang out those bumper stickers are pretty miserable people to hang out with.
Mm-hmm. This guy who was handing out had a shirt that said like "Fear Jesus" or you're gonna burn in hell or something like that on his friggin' hoodie.
You know what? The other day, what were they saying? So outside my office, there are these people that have been I've been at my job for 4 years, and every day, or almost every day, there are people out there talking about how you're going to go to hell. They have a microphone. Someone has to fund them. They're there every day.
They're coming out more often, right?
It's recession-proof, basically. Going to hell, basically, that shit always happens even in a recession.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we should employ, 10% unemployment. Maybe we should get more of those jobs. But what were they saying? She was saying, I caught the end of her rant. It was something about, there are even people out there that say, Imagine there's no religion too. You know who didn't have religion? Chairman Mao.
It's also
Chairman Mao did not have religion, and he killed millions of people. I'm like, what kind of fucking connection did you just make? You insane person. You connected a John Lennon song to a murderous dictator.
I was just about to say, she also was quoting John Lennon.
Yeah, no, I think she knew that.
Okay.
But what kind of unbelievable connection do you need?
These people are just insane. I also got a fake dollar bill that, here's the $1 million question. It goes, the $1 million bill, waka waka. Are you good enough to go to heaven? Ever told a lie? Then you're a liar and you're going to hell. Really?
That's awesome.
Everyone's going to hell then. Heaven is empty because everyone is told a lie.
You know what? I don't understand the whole thing of that. You can be, at the end, no matter what you've done, you can always give yourself to Jesus, say you're sorry, and Jesus is like, "That's cool."
Yeah,
you're like, "So I raped young children. I really am sorry." Mm-hmm. Jesus is like, "Come in the pearly gates." Oh, you lived a good life, but you weren't really good enough, and you didn't listen to that dollar bill. You can't come in the pearly gates.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, all I have to say is, if a girl asks you if she looks fat in that outfit, you fucking tell her she looks fat and see what happens. There's a reason people lie all the time.
There was what was it? I remember spring break one year. I was in Daytona, which is a fun place for spring break, and I ran into some friends of mine, and I hear them talking to this girl, some cute girl, and the cute girl's like, "I'm a sinner." I'm like, "I'm stopping for this,"
mm-hmm.
And then she's like, and you too are a sinner, and you could be saved. And she was a religious freak, and we sit there and argue with them for 20 minutes.
There's no arguing with these people. This lady got on the subway the other day, and she sat down next to this guy. She's like, "Excuse me, sir, have you ever told a lie?" And he's like, "Who hasn't? Everyone's told a lie." She's like, "Well, what does that make you?" And he knew what was coming, so he's like, "A liar." She's like, "Exactly. You're a liar, and you're going to go to hell for that." And he's like, "Awesome, thank you for that." Ruining my evening. That's awesome.
Why do you tell everyone they're going to hell? I mean, you're not there when they die. Why can't you tell them they're all going to Dunkin' Donuts headquarters? That's where you go when you die.
How about this? You just slowly decompose in the ground and worms eat you.
Also the whole thing of of all the people you're going to hang out with when you get to heaven are the people that don't lie, don't commit any sins.
Boring.
Holy shit, that sucks.
Yeah. No, I don't want any part of that.
Yeah.
Parties in hell. That's where the party's at.
Yeah. I mean, I'll get tortured if I can hang out with the hookers.
Yeah, exactly. Or there's also purgatory, right?
What exactly is purgatory?
That's where you're not bad enough for hell, we're not good enough for heaven. That sounds like a pretty chill place, actually.
Isn't that called Earth? I mean, everyone pretty much fits into that category.
Yeah, pretty much. I don't know. Whole thing's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's kind of a little insane. I think the whole. I guess it's a topic done to death.
Yeah, I think it is. I mean, I feel like these people are coming out more and more often, and I guess it's because the economy's bad, and if you have no job, you have nothing better to do than to hand out pamphlets to people. But I don't want to be handed this shit. Like just today, I got 2 fucking things. you throw it out. I mean, that's what I'm going to do with it. That's what everyone is going to do with this. Nobody's going to go, oh, this fake $1 million bill has convinced me to change my denomination. I am now whatever religion this bullshit is because you printed up fake dollar bills. It's just making me throw shit out. You know fucking throw it out.
They go to hand to you, go, listen, I see you're printing a lot of these things on paper. You know what paper comes from? Mother Earth. You, for your causes, are killing Mother Earth. Why would you kill God's mother?
Not only that, murder is the fucking 10th commandment, I think.
Yeah.
And you can't do that. So now you're going to hell.
Exactly.
You just fucked up, mister.
And the Ten Commandments. Why
you straight up fucked up.
And how good can the commandments be? They don't even count for the internet. There should be something about the internet on the commandments. They should have updated commandments.
Thou shalt not watch child porn on the internet.
I mean, we're up to Windows 7. God's on 10.0, 10 Commandments .0.
Fix it up.
Yeah, like expand that shit.
We made amendments to the Constitution.
I think
that's a lot more recent.
There's a George Carlin bit where he breaks down the entire commandments to one thing: don't screw over other people, basically.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean that's pretty much what Buddhism is. Like, don't piss people off.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
I'm down with that. That's That's what atheism is. Don't be a dick. That's just what life is. It has nothing to do with religion. Just don't be a dick.
In society, I feel like everything that's fun gets like hammered in. Like basically, there's someone comes along and tells you shouldn't do that. You're screwing up. Basically, there are always the people, these naysayers that make everything not fun. Yeah. Like, I love football. Mm-hmm. I mean, as any red-blooded American, I love football. I feel like I feel like there are more people love. I feel like there should be more people in the country that love football than religion. I feel like it's more important.
Also, a little more superficial. There should be more people who love football than baseball.
I love baseball a lot. Also,
boring.
Right now, the Phillies are playing the Yankees.
Boring. Snore.
I hate the Phillies. I hate the Yankees. It's like your worst enemy fighting the devil. I don't know who to fucking root for.
Football.
Yeah. But so there's a big thing now in football. Apparently,
you're not allowed to show cheerleaders for more than 1.5 seconds. Is that what you were getting at?
Is that really a rule?
I think it's an unspoken rule. Have you ever seen a cheerleader for more than 2 seconds without a logo over her breast?
I don't even understand the point of cheerleaders. I think how much. I mean, I love the cheerleaders, and it's nice to stare at them. In the 12 seconds they're showing on TV throughout the whole game.
Yep.
But how much so what do? I cheer. No one really hears me. I'm on TV for 12 seconds. I dance around.
It's during timeouts, man. They get you pumped. It's all about the live experience.
They pump something.
Yeah.
So they have a thing now. Basically, they had a study that showed that the more you play football, the more likely you are to have early onset of Alzheimer's. So the more you get hit in the head, the more likely your head's going to be fucked up. And they had a hearing before Congress last week about this. With all the problems we have right now, with the problems with healthcare, with the wars, Congress is talking to football players, basically.
So it's called United States versus no duh.
I think the people in Congress must be playing football because they're having this hearing. Their heads must be so bashed they're having this hearing in the first place. Yeah. But now then people talking about football in the next 10 years because of these studies will have to be changed. They'll have to be pussified. Eventually we'll have two-hand touch to be professional football.
Already you can't touch the kicker and the quarterback. That's already
you actually can't touch the kicker at all. You blow you accidentally brush the kicker. It's a penalty.
He's only out there for 5 seconds. You should be able to destroy him. Same with anybody on the field. I mean,
quarterback's so the quarterback gets injured. Who the fuck cares? Put out a different quarterback. It'll still be fun to watch.
Exactly.
I don't need Tom Brady out there all the time. I mean, last season Tom Brady didn't play. NFL went on. It was still fun to watch.
They got, 11 wins?
Yeah. I have no idea. Yeah, something like that. 10 or 11 wins. They didn't make the playoffs. But.
They got 11 wins, though, without Brady. The fact is, if you're an offensive line, that's more motivation to get a good offensive line.
Yeah, and your offensive line, they get hit in the head and hit every play.
Mm-hmm. Every single play. Yeah. I don't know. It's the whole... I think I went over this another week. Trash talking should not only be condoned, it should be required. It's such a good part of the sport. It adds emotion to it. Now, if you do anything, it's a technical in any sport. It's you can't show any sort of emotion Yeah, there's a rule like in football, you can do your touchdown dance if you like face your back to the opposing team so that they aren't offended by. No, it should be I scored a touchdown on you. Lick my balls.
Like, you know what? Like it should be. The extra point should be your ability to actually do a touchdown dance against the other team.
The extra point should be you teabagging the other team.
Yeah, exactly. They're like going for 2 is a dirty Sanchez in the other team's face.
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, exactly. Fucked up. I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with this shit. Sports are ruined. TV's ruined.
Also, there's the thing. Apparently, there's a high school game. A kid hit a baseball, hit the pitcher in the head. The pitcher died. Kind of sad. Well, actually, extremely sad. But the parents of the kid that died sued the bat manufacturer because he didn't have a warning on the bat that said if you hit a baseball and the baseball hits the person standing 5 feet away from you, that person might die.
What? Isn't it established that baseball bats are dangerous? Like, isn't it used as a form of protection? Like, hasn't that been the case for like years? Like, everyone keeps a bat by their bed, or like.
I mean, does anyone ever think of like? I've never seen the ball always comes back to the pitcher, and like, isn't it like it's not like I didn't know the batter could actually hit it back to the pitcher. If the bat manufacturers had told us that, we went to play baseball.
Right. Ban baseball then, fuckers.
Ban baseball, ban football, allow boxing.
Yeah. Foxy boxing.
Yeah. The cheerleaders, have the cheerleaders box.
Well, I don't know. The whole thing is just messed up. Now they're like suspending kids in school for posting sexy pictures in their profiles. Does that have anything to do with school?
Do you have the news article on the sexy pictures?
I can pull it up really quick.
Do they have the actual sexy pictures in the news article?
They do. They do.
They do actually have the pictures?
Yeah, they do.
They're like, you're suspended because you're posting these things, but we're going to post these things on CNN.com anyhow.
Exactly. And it's not even that bad. It's
I always love, like, my favorite thing is Fox News. They'll have like a news story like porn. It's porn ruining America. We'll show you an hour of porn on the news tonight.
Yeah, exactly.
Let you judge for yourself.
Exactly. It's the pictures aren't even that bad. They're, first of all, I don't know if there's more than what's in the article, but the article only showed 2.
Oh.
And really they were not that bad at all. And even if they are bad, like, is it I
mean, it's kind of also like people post some stupid shit on their sites, especially when like other people can see it. Like MySpace, anyone can go see your MySpace page. So like you post this stuff and you're like, oh my god, how did my teacher figure it out?
Right.
Well, it's on the fucking internet, you idiots.
Yeah, but even with that, like that doesn't have anything to do with school. Like, so you could be a stripper, you could be a porn star. Like, school is not like your personal life. If you were like posting those pictures on the walls of school, then that's a different story.
I haven't seen the news story yet, but I'm betting it happened in a red state.
Yeah, I mean, they're really against when did this nation
maybe she was like, maybe we're like, you had sexy pictures of yourself talking about evolution. We don't like that.
Yeah, exactly. Well, everything has happened in 7 days.
I see you're prepared. The article.
I had every single article up except this one article. I don't know what happened to that one. It's really you're really not missing much. It's there we go. Here it is.
Okay, I just want to see the pictures of what's too sexy to put on MySpace. That's too sexy.
It's a girl in short shorts and a tank top with high heels.
Well,
I don't know if they cut her face out for the article or like her face.
You can't see it at home. The girl is just standing in a t-shirt, shorts, and she's taking a cock in the ass, and I'm not sure why that's a problem.
Right. I mean, yeah, I'm gonna post it in the chat room if anybody's in there. It's really it's a girl in short shorts and a tank top. It's not even like it's not even remotely bad. It's not.
How old is she?
I don't know. Does it even matter?
No, it just matters for my fancy later on.
It's high school. It just says high school.
Sweet.
It doesn't say. So between what, 14 and 17?
I don't think I could ever be a teacher. I think it'd be pretty much impossible to teach high school and not be in prison.
Yeah.
I mean, those are our brave men. Those are the men in the front line.
It is tough.
Yeah, I mean, like...
I don't know. A little bit of temptation there.
I mean, yeah.
But everyone's getting it's just getting out of hand. In Colorado, they do this pumpkin naked pumpkin run where they put a pumpkin over their head and everyone runs like whatever a mile like naked. And it's been going on.
Who does this? Like, is it the town people?
Of Boulder, yeah, or people travel to Boulder and do it. Okay. But it takes place in Boulder, Colorado, and it's been going on for about 11 years. But for some reason this year, they said they are going to crack down on it, and they have all these policemen that are going to work that night and arrest anyone who does this. Because now all of a sudden this is horribly offensive to people who've been doing it for 12 years.
Yeah, I can see that, how it could really... That's ruining society.
Yeah, it's horrible. It's like... Don't go down that one block for the 5 minutes a year it happens.
It's amazing how...
Or arrest them all.
Yeah, people get that's outrageous. Oh my God, they're running in the street naked. Oh, and there are also homeless people in the street. So we have to make sure those people, not a big deal. The naked people, that's a big deal.
Right, or we could show people's brains flying out of their head on the news or even on like just, 8 o'clock at night Law and Order episodes. There's guts splattered all over the room, but... if somebody sees a glimpse of a cock for a half a second running down a block in the dark at 8 o'clock at night, that's apparently an issue.
I wouldn't be opposed to making it an all-female run.
Yeah. Well, maybe just set a weight limit for this run.
Yeah, a weight limit. There's a new woman that works with me who she may be the largest woman I've ever seen actually able to walk. I feel like certainly at that size, like usually you're in a wheelchair or like Richard Simmons is hanging out with you. Mm-hmm. But so she's actually able to walk, and she made some comment the other day about how she ran a 10K, and I think it made it sound like she did it recently. And my question is, would she just lie about doing a 10K to make people think she can run? Because at that size, we understand you can't run. We understand at that size, you almost die going to the elevator.
Well, most normal people can't run a 10K. I mean, that's no short...
And imagine she actually could. She's 700 pounds, but she could actually run a 10K.
No, there's no way.
Is it wrong if I asked her, like, if I told her not asked her, like, listen, I think you have a great personality. I think you'd be wonderful in The Biggest Loser.
I don't think that's huge. Knowing the way things are going today, it would probably be sexual harassment or... I think you should ask her if it was 10F for feet. Or 10Y, maybe she mistaken kilometers for yards.
But like, I feel like she could be like a great contestant on The Biggest Loser. America could fall in love with her. She could make millions of dollars. It's just she takes my advice that I'm too afraid to give because it's not something you give to other people. Right.
I'm trying to think of a snack that begins with K. That maybe she ate 10 of those.
Maybe she ate 10 things of ketchup, carrot.
Yeah, I mean, she ran to 10
KFCs. And she says, like, I was really tired after the 10K, and I was like, tired? Like, wouldn't your heart give out on the first K?
Yeah, no, she traveled.
She's literally, now, no joke, probably 350 pounds. She is, I guarantee she's like 350 pounds.
She ran to the counter and ordered 10 KFC chickens.
That must be, I mean...
That's the only explanation. She did not run 10K if she's that fat.
Yeah, I mean, she also wears a lot of perfume, and the perfume's kind of strong. And it kind of like when she comes to the office, it's kind of like I'm in a room with like fresh paint.
Well, that's covering up parts of the body that isn't washed because you can't wash what you can't reach.
Can you ask someone to wear less paint, less perfume?
I think you should play the whole sexual harassment thing. She's wearing that perfume to seduce you. And it's really affecting your your train of thought because all you're thinking about is that sexy perfume, and it needs to go.
I can't imagine doing anything sexual with her. I think that would be like
no, but that would be funny watching HR trying to keep a straight face while you're saying that.
Do you imagine like your eyes would actually like kill themselves, like commit suicide?
They just roll into the back of your head until they detach.
Or, like, maybe you get stuck inside, like, the rolls, and you can't get out for weeks on end.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God.
Too much.
Oh. It's fun. You get busy, though, at times. Like, it's crazy with life.
Yeah, it's...
You know what always gets me, like, stressed out?
Mm-hmm.
There are so many movies I want to see, and, like, I put, like, too many things on my Netflix list, and then I have a backup. I have like 80 things on my Netflix list that I have to see. But I don't really have to see them. But then I really want to catch up, and then when I add something, I'm like, oh my god, another thing on this list. I'm never going to catch up to this.
If you put something on your list that you feel like it's set in stone, you got to watch it.
Yeah.
I have like 250 things on my list at least right now. It's out of control.
You have your list here? You want to put it up? Pull it up?
Yeah. I got my list up here. It's just too much though. Like, I don't know.
It's stressful.
Yeah, it is. I had a movie for so long recently, and I felt like so guilty. Like,
don't you feel guilty if you don't also? How many movies do you get a month?
2.
I do 2 also. I feel like 3 is a little much.
Yeah.
2 I can go, but then I'm always like, if I keep a movie too long, I'm like, I've got to use this. I mean, I pay $15 a month. I need to watch these movies.
Exactly.
I need to like, I'm like at the all-you-can buffet, be like trying to kill myself to just eat extra so I can get one over on the house.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I only ate $14 worth of food and I paid $14.99 for this. I gotta add some mashed potatoes to this plate.
Yeah, fuck you, Netflix. I watched 20 movies this month. Like, it's...
Yeah. I showed you.
Yeah, I showed you when I got fired from work.
Yeah, gained 5 pounds.
So let's see what you got on this. You got, number 1 is Van Halen, Live Without a Net. So you put basically a CD as your number 1 movie on Netflix.
Well, it's also live.
Not Live. I don't know why is it Live.
We're off to a good
After
start
I said
here.
that, I knew it. Do you only have... The next one's Fleetwood Mac, The Dance. Do you only have music on here?
No, like, see, also Netflix is like, you know, you're in a certain mood, but you might not be in that mood when you get the movie. So you got to like preemptively decide what kind of mood you're going to be in 2 to 3 days from now. So it was like a weekend was coming up, and I'm like, oh, yeah, I want to watch some concerts this weekend. And then the weekend came, and I didn't return my movies. Now they're bumped up to 1 and 2 on my queue, and now I'm not in a concert mood. So
But that kind of sucks also because you're kind of like, let's watch a movie. All I have is Fleetwood Mac.
yeah, that's also a
I don't know
problem.
why I have all these Fleetwood Mac.
I have Crank right now in
Is
the
that good?
apartment. I haven't watched it yet.
You got shit to do.
I
don't know how you have time for the show.
That's why the show's over in about 7 minutes because I gotta get this movie watched. The thing is
it wrong to take off of work to watch movies so you can catch them on Netflix?
only if you tell your boss that's why.
So let's see what you got. Inside Man. That's pretty good. I guess you haven't seen that, right?
No, I haven't.
Do you feel bad renting something you've seen already?
A little bit. I try not to do that.
Sometimes I want to see a movie, like I want to see it again, but at the same time, I'm like, shit, but I have so much to do here.
Yeah, it's like I have 170 that I haven't seen, so I'm really gonna have to wait on watching Saving Private Ryan for the 4th time.
What's The Awful Truth?
That is Michael Moore's TV show.
He had a TV show?
Yeah, he had 2 shows.
Oh.
Yeah, he had TV Nation, which was awesome, and then he had The Awful Truth,
Before
which
you
was
tell me what it's
pretty good.
about, I bet The Awful Truth is all about making gummy bears.
No, it's actually those Peeps.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
I imagine it was just like a nice show about making candy.
Peeps actually aren't healthy.
Yeah.
It's awful, but
Yeah.
that's the truth. Crank, which I have out now, I think I'm going to have this movie for a while because it was one of those things where I returned a movie and I forgot to look at my queue, and that happened to be the next on there. I don't know if anybody's experienced this. Like, you add a whole bunch of shit when you sign up for Netflix.
Right.
And then you don't look at like what's at the top. You bump stuff up when you want to see it, but then sometimes you return a movie and you forget to update your queue, and then you just get whatever's next. So that's what just happened to me.
Can you return a movie without watching it?
You can, but can you?
Yeah, now
You
you,
know what I
have to
mean?
watch Crank.
Yeah, am I really going to take a movie out and then just return it?
And the Crank, I mean, like, I'm not that excited to see that movie. Like, but I mean, like, I'm sure it'll be a decent, enjoyable movie.
I don't know, because I took out the transporter and I was so miserable.
So bad, such a bad movie.
It was one of the worst movies.
3. They've had 3 of them.
That's what I figured. I said, oh, they made 2 sequels. Well, the first one was probably good if they made 2 sequels. So bad.
It was awful.
If it wasn't for that cute Asian chick, I really would have just scratched my eyeballs out. But
I mean,
it was ridiculous.
I would rather listen to those religious people than watch Transporter.
It was so bad. I guess some people who know nothing about movies like, he's running around real fast, and I'm entertained. It was just ridiculous.
It's one of those movies where there's action for no apparent reason.
Yeah.
He's like, he picks people up. He's a chauffeur driver. He's a chauffeur that kicks people's ass. Like, it's the dumbest thing I've ever seen. The only thing, you know what's
and he's like 5'2", and they try and make him look like he's a lot bigger than he is.
There's a movie coming out called 2012. You heard about that movie?
Yeah.
It's about the end of the world. The people that brought you, what's the one they did before this, where the world like froze over?
Oh, Day After Tomorrow.
Day After Tomorrow. They're just looking for movies where the world just gets destroyed. Every movie the world has to like.
Yeah, they're like, oh, every 5 years people will be up for this kind of thing.
But it's also like kind of like I'm like, oh, what a dumb movie. The world ends. Oh, the preview looks kind of good. I might see this.
They do get you. They they put on these clips where you're like, oh, I want to see Manhattan wash over with ice, and
it looks kind of cool when they do that.
Yeah, it's literally like 4 seconds of the movie, and the rest of the time it's just like Jake Gyllenhaal like walking around crying, and like you're like, I really kind of wish I didn't see this.
Like it's, the problem also is like they have these cool special effects scenes where the Earth gets wiped out, but like the 90 minutes of the movie is just like a boy losing his balloon.
Yeah. Yeah, they always do that. They have this subplot that nobody gives a shit about.
Have you not watched The Wire yet?
No, everyone's telling me about it.
Number one, that is the greatest show ever on television. There was nothing better.
Everyone keeps telling me about it.
It's like the way Christianity is the best religion, according to some people. Well, Wire is the best show.
Everyone keeps telling me about it.
You have to. What else you got on there? What's Dream On?
Dream On? You never saw that? It was on HBO in like the early 90s.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, this guy who only watched TV as a kid, and so every reference he has as an adult is like a flashback to an old TV show.
You ever watched the Larry Sanders Show?
Yeah, that was a good show.
That's up there on my list. I haven't really watched it, but you have to watch The Wire. The Wire is the best thing ever on television.
Everyone's been telling me that. I gotta watch the finished Flight of the Conchords too. That was a good one.
I've got so much shit to do. Boss, I'm just not going to be in for next week. I got to catch up at home. Leave me alone.
I did not watch Mega Shark versus Giant Octopus yet. Cannot come into work.
What the hell is that? Go to the end. What's on the bottom of the list?
Bottom list is
Terminator Salvation is the bottom of your list.
Yeah, should it not be?
Oh no, I'm just saying like that's pretty low. You ever watch Battlestar Galactica?
I watched the whole series. Now they came out with these straight to DVD things.
I've never seen it. Is it good?
Oh, it's amazing.
Is it?
So good, yeah. It's my inner nerd in me, but yeah, it's so good.
It's amazing though. Like, I spend a lot of time on. There's a blog called HackingNetflix.com. I will spend time on the blog about Netflix.
That's a little much.
Yeah, I mean that's really.
What do they say? Like, so you could still queue up for movies.
Yeah, they tell you what's coming out each week. They tell you what comes out each week. And they tell you different things going on in the Netflix world. I got this thing called the Roku, which puts your Netflix on your TV for all the instant streaming.
Oh yeah, okay.
And they're supposed to come out with like cool things for the Roku. Like they have like a baseball channel, and they have Amazon.com on the Roku. Mm-hmm. And so I'm like, they're supposed to have other cool things. I'm always looking for updates on the Roku.
Ever since they added it to Xbox, that's been the end of my life.
Oh, I'm just always looking for the thing for Roku. I'm always like, come on, add something else cool. Add something else cool. This is going to make my life better.
So, speaking of making life better, they just came out with the first Twitter-only handheld device. So now you can Twitter anywhere you want because it wasn't available for the iPhone or any kind of phone that had internet access or BlackBerries or
you know where I want to Twitter?
The actual internet. Where?
Nowhere. It's so fucking stupid.
Yeah.
I mean, it's got to be like that. Really, like it's the hills of internet sites, completely worthless, and you're only dumber for using it.
This thing only Twitters. That's it. Nothing else.
What am I doing now? I am writing a Twitter page. What am I doing now?
But even if you do Twitter, you probably do it on your phone, which gets internet. So why you need to have how many things are you going to have in your pocket? You got a cell phone, you got your Twitter thing, and then you got, your iPod. Like,
you might as well have cyanide in your pocket because you need to take that.
Yeah, and then drop it straight in your ear.
Yeah. So it's just Twitter.
That's it.
It's just... I can't believe how popular Twitter is.
And it's $200.
$200?
$200.
The makers of Twitter should give it to you for free.
For a 2.7-inch widescreen.
I mean, you ever see that thing? Did you see that thing recently with Meghan McCain on Twitter?
Where she said I'm a fat lesbian?
No, she sent a picture of herself with just her boobs. Is she a lesbian?
Yeah.
Oh, Megan McCain's a lesbian?
Well, one of the McCain daughters is.
Oh, I didn't know if Megan was. But she has this picture she put on Twitter.
Vegetarian.
Which is her giant tits on Twitter.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the next posting is like, stop making fun of me. I'm just hanging out at home posting pictures of me.
Yeah, I didn't do that for attention at all.
Yeah. Wow, John's raised some good children.
This is what really gets under my skin.
What?
A woman sued Home Depot because she fell from a 3-step ladder. Because, Home Depot is like the size of a castle. it's I don't know where they even find buildings this big, but it's like 18 stories high, and it'll take you about 45 minutes to walk to the back of it, which I understand.
It's big, yeah. I mean, you need to they sell giant products there, though. Like
Right. I mean,
pieces of wood.
Buy sheets of plywood that are like 8 feet long. So yeah, the place has got to be big.
Sometimes I go there, I'm like, hey, let's build a house. Why not?
Exactly. Let's go down the door aisle. Obviously, the door aisle has to be big.
So she fell off the. She didn't know that the step ladder was off the ground. That there might be a possibility of falling.
I just the part I'm confused about is why she let anybody know she fell off a 3-step ladder. Mm-hmm. If I ever fell off a 3-step ladder, I would have been like, fuck, I fell off a 3-step ladder. I can't do anything.
Your first reaction would be to file public documents.
Yeah, exactly. I want to let everyone know about this one.
Let everyone know. I mean, like I fell off. I fell off a 3-step ladder. I ate the Crayola crayons. I'm suing them as well. We're following that.
I licked an electrical socket.
After that woman got burned at McDonald's, I tried to see if it really was that hot, and it burned myself.
Mm-hmm. I tried to see how hot coals taste.
I bought the that item that is just Twitter's.
It's seriously, it's really almost the same as just tripping over your own feet. 3 steps, really, you can't handle 3 steps. How
much is she suing for?
It doesn't say, but how much can you hurt yourself falling off of 3 steps anyway?
One of those things also is like it's for like $12 trillion because I fell off a step ladder.
Yeah, if I fell off a 3-step ladder, my feet would hit the ground and I would be totally fine.
But that really says you can sue for anything in a store. Like I can go to Home Depot, pick up a paint bucket, drop it on my foot, and sue them.
Right.
I mean, basically, there's no ramifications for me just being an idiot.
I'm just gonna walk in there and then run straight forward head first until I hit something.
I'm gonna run through the glass door.
Oh no! The whole aisle wasn't covered in foam. Suing.
I'm gonna run through the glass window in the front of the door. Be like, it should have said it's a window. Why don't you sign saying it's a window?
I know it's an automatically opening door, but it didn't open fast enough, so I nicked my shoulder on it as it was opening. $4 million, please.
Yeah, it's pretty insane how what our society does. So how was your Halloween? Thinking of just in general, how was your Halloween? What'd you do?
Wait, I just want to go over the details of this 3-step ladder. Okay. She is suing because Home Depot failed to place signs warning of the hazardous or dangerous condition of said 3-step ladder.
What would you write on the ladder? Like, the thing is also, they sue because of this, but if you write the word dangerous on there, no lawsuit.
Right.
So you have to your head can't make that jump of, this could be dangerous if I lose my balance.
It should just say on it, this is a fucking ladder. You're going to be off the ground. It's a ladder. This is what it is.
It should, you know what it should just say? It just have the word moron. A big circle around it with an X through the word moron. So you're like, I'm a moron. Can't get on there. Now I know I'm warned. Failed
to inspect ladder at regular intervals to discover the dangerous and defective condition of step ladder. It's 3 steps. You would have noticed if it was defective because if one of the 3 steps is broken, guess what? It's on the ground sideways. It's broken.
So basically, Home Depot's got to be like, okay, Paco, I know we're not paying. You know, you're not even a citizen here, but could you? We have to check the ladder 8 times a day to make sure it's okay.
Failed to provide customer service to assist its customers in obtaining the merchandise at heights unreachable without said stepladder.
Okay, I've been at Home Depot. They have a number of people walking the aisles.
They have an army of people walking the aisles.
Yeah, you can't find someone. Look for an orange vest. They all wear them.
She probably looked to her left for about a half a second. Oh, I'm not waiting here all day. I'm going to walk up this treacherous 3-step ladder.
I mean, you're 87. How old is this woman? She's probably an older woman. She doesn't go to the supermarket and try to pick the cans off the top shelf. But in Home Depot, she's pulling down a door.
Marjorie Howard. Everyone email Marjorie. Find her on Facebook and tell her how stupid she is.
I bet she's hot.
She was injured. Torn medial meniscus. What is that? Right leg.
Leg or knee.
Really? You got that hurt falling off of 3 steps? Home Depot should sue you for being so stupid.
It should be something also. She should add like traumatized, where like traumatized can no longer have sex.
Yeah,
something like absolutely insane.
I live on a 2nd floor walk up, and I can no longer go up there because I'm traumatized.
My baby is his crib is a foot off the ground, and I can't get there.
Yeah, so now my child's dead. I have a corpse kid because I'm too scared to step up and feed it.
The baby was crying, but I couldn't get there because of the stair.
Oh, I hate people. All right, what were you saying before Halloween?
Halloween, yeah. Well, I've noticed basically, well, not even Halloween in general, but just life in general. Like, I used to, like, when I was single, I'd be at the club at 4 a.m. Then we try to find after hours. And, like, you really, like, and not that, like, you have to do that when you're in a relationship and all that, but I've really just, my tastes of going out have, like, changed dramatically. Before, I wanted to go to a place and be like, I want the music blasting. I want the dark lights really dark. So
the darker the better.
Darker the better.
Dark cavern of a room.
So I can trick some hot girls like making out with me.
Try I'm not this ugly.
Get fucked up. It's a great time. Now I'm in a bar. I'm like, can't you lower the music? I can't hear what each other saying. Why are the lights so dark? Come on, I want to see each other.
I can't have a decent conversation in here.
Why do you guys have to keep walking past me? Come on, just stay in your place. We'll all be happier that way.
I feel like when I go to a bar now, it's just me spending obnoxious amounts of money for a drink and then just going, what? What'd you say? For about 2 hours until I get fed up and demand everyone take me home.
No, it's a beer. I'm drinking Amstel Light. What? Fuck
$7? Great.
Yeah. Oh, this is wonderful.
Could have bought a 6-pack for that down the block, but, you opened the top for me, so that's probably worth the extra $6. Thank you.
How is work? How is work? How is work? Oh, fuck!
I don't care.
I was just making conversation.
Let's listen to Usher for the 8th time tonight.
Oh, my God. This DJ is good. He mixes up loud things and makes them louder. Oh, I like this song. Turn it off. Oh, he skips to the next song. The song I liked. It's off already.
He went from Usher to Sean Paul. I didn't see that coming. Nobody plays those 2 songs.
Oh, my God.
He must have just found out about them.
Oh, wow. You have the best of Michael Jackson. You must be the only DJ. Good thing you're playing that now.
Just found out about him.
Yeah, he's big. Yeah.
You must be personal friends.
You didn't know he passed away? I'm shocked.
You shook me all night long? Wow. Nobody's ever played that song at a bar.
Oh, my God. Yeah. You know it was pretty good, DJ? At, like, the late night in the bar when you played Bon Jovi, Living on a Prayer.
You found out about that song?
Yeah.
Wow, that was like the unreleased B-side.
I was in that bar when they played it at the end of the night, and all these college guys, they got up and they started singing it. Apparently, all in unison, they all knew it.
You know about Journey, too? I thought it was just me.
Oh, my God. Yeah.
Huh. Sweet Home Alabama?
That's pathetic, because, then, my night is, we go to dinner with, another couple. We have a couple drinks at dinner, and we're like, okay, I'm going to go home now. We might be able to catch SNL if we get home now.
Yeah, exactly. We could talk about it tomorrow at 9:30 in the morning when we wake up.
I would stay up doing shots with you, but you know what? I only have so many hours to read the Saturday morning paper.
Remember trying to sleep off a hangover till 3 in the afternoon?
Oh, my God. I haven't done that in so long.
Now I'm up at 9:30 in the morning, doing chores.
Also, the more I drink now, the earlier I'm up. It's like my own personal alarm clock.
Now when I'm drinking, I'm scared that I'm gonna have a hangover. So
you know what? I have gone out late, and I go out till 5 in the morning, get drunk, still up at fucking 8 a.m.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah,
I'm in perpetual gotta get up and do stuff mode.
But yeah, I'm scared to get a hangover also. Because I'm oh, this is actually Because when I remember when you're younger, when you first get fucked up and get hungover, you're like, oh my God, I'm never drinking again. Of course, you get fucked up a billion times more thereafter.
Mm-hmm.
But now you're like, well, I'm not going to ever drink, but I'm going to keep it mild. I'm going to keep it low. I'm going to have a couple of beers, maybe get a little bit of buzz.
I'll pace myself.
Maybe I'll drink some
responsible.
water. I mean, I want to be responsible. I have things to do. I mean, like tomorrow.
Yeah.
We might grab brunch tomorrow with another couple and then shoot ourselves.
Yeah, it's a whole different ball game now.
Is it? I mean, now you obviously you live with your girlfriend now. Is it more like that for you now?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
It really like cuts off pretty fast.
The thing is, like, when you're single, if you slept till 3 p.m, it's just cut into your Xbox time.
Yeah.
Now it cuts into doing things that you never thought you'd be doing, like ironing clothes. I never fucking ironed a shirt until about 6 months ago. Now I gotta iron all my stuff.
You know what is also like? You don't mind sleeping till 3 or 4 in the morning, 4 in the afternoon, if you could stay out till 5 or 6 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
Because those hours that you would have been awake on a Saturday, you definitely weren't getting laid. But you had a chance of getting laid the night before.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not like playing Xbox. Some random girl just started dancing, and like you started like working it, and I got laid playing Xbox in my apartment.
See, now we just know we're not getting laid.
Yeah, it's easier that way.
Exactly. Well, I could go home at 10 because either way I'm not getting laid. So
I mean, like I know 100% of the time I can always jack off.
Exactly. Maybe if I wake up really early, still be sleeping, and I can.
So you basically beforehand you're like, oh my God, if I don't hook up, I'm gonna have to go home and jack off. Now I'm like, I have someone, so I can go home and jack off.
Yeah, exactly. I really hope I can get to bed really quick so I can wake up early and finish before she wakes up. Oh, relationships are awesome.
Yeah. Like marriage.
That's right. You're married.
I'm married. I love being married, but it's just it's weird. Like also think about like because married seems like a really old thing. Like old people are married,
right?
And I'm 30. Because I'm a fucking old person.
Mm-hmm.
But like, it's just kind of fucking weird. And then like when you get married, immediately people are like, "When are you having kids?" They're like, "I didn't get married just to have kids, but we've thought about it. and We're not going to tell you when we have kids." It's one of those things. Also, it's like a personal. One of those things that like. Some reason people think like when you're married, like we can totally ask you when you're gonna have kids. It's something very personal. People can always just ask you that.
Mm-hmm.
No one asks you like when you're single, like what's the equivalent? Fuck, like just are you gonna beat off tonight?
Well, you can still get people pregnant when you're single.
Yeah. Are you gonna have kids? No one asks a single person that.
Mm-hmm.
Except for Planned Parenthood.
That's also like asking when you're gonna get married.
Yeah, that's true.
It's like, well, now I gotta.
It's always another question, basically. I've met when you have kids, what do they ask you next? What are you probably like, what are you gonna do with it? Like, why are your kids? Why aren't they walking yet? Why aren't they doing this yet?
Yeah,
it's just an endless series of questions that you don't have a good answer for.
Why isn't your kid in Mensa yet?
Yeah.
Well, you try it, asshole.
I see your kid's eating a crayon. My kid at that age was curing cancer.
Well, great. My kid happens to like the light green flavor.
It scares me also the whole like kids like go to like have to go to like special like preschools and they have to like they do all these things to make your kid like extra smart and like you can't like fuck up too much because so you always hear all those like people that like kill people. They're always like, my dad didn't do this with me and that's why I murdered my family.
Yeah, fucking pressure now.
Yeah, like when you have kids, it's got to be real pressure.
Well, all these preschools and schools before that, and
they have they have interviews for kids to get in the preschool.
Right. It's like, can you point to blue? Like, what could that possibly entail?
I mean, I assume during the interview, as long as my 2-year-old doesn't wet himself, he should get in.
Yeah, exactly. Does he drool over himself? No, you're in. All right.
Yeah.
I don't know who's going to be on anxiety meds first, me or my kid, but it's too stressful now.
Oh my God, the whole idea of having kids. I think the idea that it's one thing you have a lot of work to do. You do all the work, you get it done with, and you get a little bit of break.
Yeah.
Kids, you take them home, and you feed them, you spend all that time with them. The next day you got to repeat. You got to feed them every freaking day.
Mm-hmm.
They don't there's no day off from feeding them.
No,
isn't that bullshit? Kind of.
Kinda, yeah, and it's not just feeding them.
You got to change them every day. You got to take care of them every day.
Washing.
Should you have days off?
I think you should.
Yeah.
I guess I'm gonna have to hire that super nanny or whatever, the fat lady with the British accent.
Yeah.
My kids are perfectly well behaved. I just want you to bathe them so Go ahead. You can film it if that helps, if that makes you feel better. I need some sleep, so wash his ass.
I think we should all trade kids. I'll tell you why. Like some parents are like super overprotective.
Yeah.
And it fucks up kids when they're super overprotective.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you got the kid when he was 7, basically, like someone raised him till 7, you get him from 7 to 14, you're getting new ones anyhow later on. So, like, how overprotective can you really be?
Right.
Then you're like, it's broken glass. Play with it.
Right. Just, the Band-Aids are on the top shelf over there.
Yeah.
Use the 3-step ladder. Be very careful.
Like, we could all raise kids in, like, a communal way, basically. Everyone gets a certain amount of years, like, and then you're done for a little while, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Like maybe your parents could apply, like, I only want an 8 and 9-year-old. I only want a 6-year-old. I only get that age. Exactly.
Oh, this is the thing I wanted to do as two of the articles I found, like, I lost, but I think this is one of them. Let's see if this works. If not, then we'll just go to sleep.
In as little as 8 months, UEI College can train you for a rewarding career as a medical assistant. No high school diploma or GED necessary. Find out about training as a medical assistant
This is
today.
our
Call
sponsor.
UEI College at 877-285-4166. Call now.
I've heard of the college.
911.
Probably not that bright.
Somebody's really drunk driving down Granton Road.
Which way are they going?
They are going
Towards Granton or towards Neilsville?
towards Granton.
Okay, are you behind them or?
No, I am them.
You am them?
Yes, I am them.
Okay, so you want to call and report that you're driving drunk?
Yes.
Okay, what's your name?
Mary.
How
Okay,
does this
hold
guy
on
keep a straight face? Seriously. How is he not giggling right now?
He's gotta like assume it's like some like pranks call.
This guy needs a raise for not laughing right there,
But
because
keep
that
going,
was
go.
funny.
Second, Mary, okay?
Okay.
Are you still driving right now?
Yes.
Do you want to stop driving before you get in an accident?
Yes, I will stop.
Do you think in our state it's illegal to talk on the cell phone? Also?
I was just about to say that.
That'd be great.
I'm breaking more than one law right now, sir.
Okay, you going to stop right now?
Okay, I'm stopping.
Okay.
He didn't tell her to pull over before stopping. If she's that drunk, she's probably stopped in the middle of a highway right now.
She's like, officer, also, you notice how it's illegal in our state to drive without shoes on? I don't have shoes on.
Staying on the phone, okay? What's your last name, Mary?
Sorry.
Are you stopped right now?
Yes, I am.
What kind of vehicle do you have, Mary?
I have a Saturn.
What kind of vehicle did you have, Mary?
Oh my god.
Can I take
You know,
my
it's
seatbelt?
like confessing to things as you're doing them.
Yeah.
Like you're like calling like, hey, is this my priest? I'm masturbating right now.
I wanted to save time. I don't want to come in. I'm telling you what I'm doing right now.
Yeah.
Well, Hail Mary's fine. Thank you.
I'm doing my girlfriend anally.
If you're stopped.
Yes, I'm stopped.
If you're stopped, that's fine, yeah.
I'm in park.
Okay.
That's what stopped me.
Can I take my seatbelt off?
Yeah, as long as you're not driving, as long as you're not moving.
Can I turn my car off and turn the flashers on?
Can I call you dad?
Yep, that's fine. If you want to turn it off and turn the flashers on, so then we can find you. Okay, just hold on one second again, Mary, okay?
So they're gonna go pick her up then?
Yeah, they'll just,
woman reports herself as drunk driver. That's unbelievable. That goes against all logic. Like, who the hell? I bet she's from a red state.
That's very responsible.
What
of
state
her.
was that happening?
I did notice a little southern twang to it. Wisconsin.
Oh, actually, I might have voted for Obama. I don't remember.
That's north, but it's the Midwest. So
Yeah, that's flyover.
southish.
Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
That's pretty insane, though.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty funny.
Yeah.
So I think that's about it for stories I got today, which is fine because I think we had a pretty decent show today.
Yeah. All the callers all said that we gotta
Overwhelming.
I mean,
amounts.
oh my
Yeah.
god, the phone lines, we could not keep them.
That's what happened. Everyone called at once, and the phone lines crashed. And to try and space them out next time.
We were supposed to have Tara Reid in the show, and like she must have called the exact same time that everyone else did.
Yeah, I'll tell her to try again next week. But
Yeah. Next week you're actually having Brad Pitt on the show.
unless the phone lines jam up again,
Wow, that's
I
crazy.
can't be responsible for that.
He's going to talk about getting with Jennifer Aniston. and basically compare him and her and the other girl.
And why he's adopted 17 kids.
Yeah.
Make your own. So, voting has started again, so everyone vote on Podcast Alley. Shitty turnout for votes so far.
You know, if you put other email addresses, you can vote multiple times.
Right. It's per email, per IP address. I didn't say that.
We're having a contest this month. The most times you vote, the better person you are, and the more likely you are to go to heaven.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to get to heaven, vote multiple times.
Right. If not, you hate God and you're going to hell.
Just think about how many times Jesus would vote.
He would probably vote about 5 times per person.
I would assume he would. I mean, he is Jesus.
Right.
I mean, there are 10 commandments. You can at least vote 5 times.
I think it's a fair deal.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're in 14th right now. That's not 10th. 14th doesn't matter.
What's in 15th? What's the podcast about?
15th?
Yeah, the best of.
I mean,
what? I want to see who you're beating.
Oh, who I'm beating? Okay.
Yeah, I'm curious.
All right. Well, I'm beating. There's about 65,000 There's 70,000 podcasts.
So. I just want to see the one you're actually beating. Freak Squad.
Yeah, never heard of them.
Yeah, they are a
very new show. 14 episodes, but yeah. So that's who I'm beating right now.
Yeah.
But they're catching up. They're only 8 behind. So I don't know, people.
Don't let us lose to the Freak Squad.
BrinkofSanityShow.com. That's where you can vote. That's where you can subscribe in iTunes. That's where the forums are. That's where you can get all past episodes if you're not going to subscribe through iTunes, which I don't know why you wouldn't, because that's what helps me. And that's where you can get a shirt. It's where you can look at stupid photos of me embarrassing myself. A few other things. So join the forums. We'll be back next week with not Mark.
Yes.
It should be Leon next week. He's not traveling.
Will you have the same cat next week?
That'll also be up for debate, but hopefully.
I'm hoping.
Yeah, I don't want another sad cat story, so hopefully there will be same show, same cat.
Every month Mark comes back with a different dead cat story.
Yeah, exactly. So, thanks for listening, and we'll be back next week with more bullshit and, nonsense. Right?
Right.
All right. Thanks for listening. Bye.